betrayed for fame. But destiny had other plans. Imagine loving someone so much that their smile becomes your favorite place in the world. And then one day you realize you were just a stepping stone in their journey to somewhere shinier. David grew up in a small town where sunsets painted the sky orange, and dreams were tucked away in guitar cases. Music wasn't just a hobby for David, it was home. At 16, during a school talent show where half the audience were parents pretending to care, David met Emily. She had a laugh that filled rooms, a spirit that could convince the stars to dance a little brighter. They became best friends. And then quietly, something more. David wrote songs about her. Simple, beautiful songs. About stolen glances and late-night talks. They dreamed together. One day we'll leave this town. You with your voice, me with my music. It started small. A funny video Emily posted, dancing to David's song, went viral. 1,000 views. 10,000. 100,000. Suddenly, strangers were commenting, "You're a star. You should be famous." Agencies called. Offers arrived. Fame whispered her name louder than David's voice ever could. At first, she still held his hand, at least in public. But slowly, their conversations became shorter. Messages went unanswered. David would wait at the old bridge they used to walk across, guitar slung on his back, until the streetlights flickered on. And she never came. One evening, after waiting 3 hours at their spot, David decided to walk home. Halfway there, he saw Emily's live video notification. Curious, hopeful. He clicked. And there she was, in a glittering dress, champagne in hand, laughing with a stranger on a yacht he could never afford. No mention of David, no trace of their story. Just a caption, "New beginnings sparkles." David didn't cry, not that night. He went home, placed his guitar gently under his bed, and crawled under the covers, as if trying to hide from a world that no longer had space for him. For the first time in years, he slept without a melody in his heart. Days blurred into weeks. He worked odd jobs, fixing fences, stacking groceries, anything to keep his mind too tired to think. Everywhere he went, Emily's face haunted him. On magazine covers, on TV interviews. Rising starlet, Emily's story. They called her brave, bold, brilliant. Nobody asked about the boy who had believed in her before the world knew her name. One cold December morning, while clearing the attic at his mother's request, David found an old, beaten guitar case. Inside, the strings were rusty, the wood scratched. But somehow, it still smelled faintly of hope. He sat on the floor, sunlight slicing through the attic window, and he strummed. The sound was broken, but so was he. It was a perfect match. David started small, playing 2-song sets at dusty cafes, where the only applause came from the bartender. He sang with cracked chords and a mending heart. Some nights nobody listened. Some nights one person clapped. But David showed up, night after night after night. And slowly, the claps grew louder. The empty chairs began filling. 3 years later, David stood backstage at a sold-out concert. The same boy who once believed he was forgettable now had hundreds waiting to hear his story. He wasn't just playing music anymore. He was playing healing. Amidst the roaring crowd, David noticed a familiar face. Hidden behind sunglasses, sitting alone, was Emily. She wasn't surrounded by cameras now. No flashing lights. No entourage. Just a girl who realized too late that some dreams aren't built for stepping on. David didn't wave. He didn't call her name. He simply sang. Not for her, not for the world, but for the boy who never stopped believing. Because some betrayals aren't your ending. They are your beginning. David's greatest love story was the one he wrote for himself.